Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Anissa Bell Rose. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to the returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notification bell on. Put it on all so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. So in this video, my people, we've seen where the Police Federation has filed an application with the Supreme Court to have the Commissioner of Police and other superiors jailed for contempt of court, as well as senior inspector at NEPA interdicted, and the legal labor experts are questioning the inspector's suspension. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Run go over to my other platform at Bell Rose Shorts Media. Subscribe over there, get that channel to 1k, please and thanks. So my people are Ryan Henry, who's a senior inspector employed by the regulatory body of the National Environmental and Planning Agency, NEPA, was placed on interdiction on January 17 and to be given 80% of his salary due to investigations of allegation of gross misconduct. Mr. Henry, the building inspector, was the first to flag breaches detected at the St. Andrew housing development on Charlemont Drive, owned by Mark Barnett and his wife. And that breach had triggered an investigation by the Integrity Commissions. Notice of Henry's interdiction was communicated to him via letter signed by the Director of Human Resource Management, Carleen Hamilton Reed, and investigation is being led by a senior human resource officer. In that letter, the investigation was based on allegations that Henry brought NEPA into disrepute because of his failure to satisfactorily carry out his monitoring duties at the housing development on Charlemont Drive. She also added that Henry is being investigated for inefficient work performance for allegedly failing to carry out established enforcement procedures with respect to monitoring the project, and that the actions taken by the agency were in accordance with its policy and procedure manual dated August 2023. And my people, this decision by NEPA to suspend Henry came 6 days after the country's DPP show up NEPA, practically throw them under the bus. You know, call them out, them and KCC, for not reporting this form of breach in time for the Barnett to be prosecuted. And so right now, the legal and industrial relations experts believe Henry has a more than arguable case to defend his position and that NEPA's approach may be flawed. Peter Champagne KC believes the building inspector may be a scapegoat for NEPA's failure to initiate a criminal prosecution against the Barnetts, as is outlined in section of the Natural Resources Conservation Authority Act, and that it's a classic case of regulatory bodies not holding themselves accountable. He added that certainly he can't be held accountable for that because that is where the ultimate wrong is. NEPA's failure to initiate a prosecution based on the integrity's finding that indicated that Henry reported the breaches he observed at the housing development to supervisors in December 2020 during his 7th visit to the project site. It is said that those breaches were outlined to the National Water Commission President in a warning letter on February 10, 2020 by an acting manager of the enforcement branch at NEPA. 8 months after that warning letter, another NEPA building inspector visited the housing development and noted like what Henry had noted in the initial stage. Morjan Wallach, then Director of Legal and Enforcement at NEPA, wrote to the Barnetts requesting that they submit applications to the relevant authorities seeking an amendment, in which it looked like they didn't do that. And so that is why they are here right now. But the question that I want to ask, why then would Mr. Henry be interdicted for, misconduct when he reported his findings to NEPA, who the higher authorities should have taken up that and, filed those findings to the Director of Public Prosecutions? It makes no sense to me. So instead of taking accountability, the whole entire NEPA has flawed on this project. Right? It shouldn't be a one man that go under the bus for this. But this is how it always goes, my people. The people them will speak out and talk out, and them always get the shit end of the stick. All at NEPA, if so be the case, especially the bigger heads in authority, based on the fact that it was reported and then 8 months after another inspector reported it. Shouldn't be a one man that is going down. Then what about the next inspector who reported it afterwards? Will that inspector be interdicted too? Talk up my people and tell me what to think about this, because this is not a fair judgment in my eyes. But make me hear an honest opinion in the comment section. It was even alleged that the lawyers representing NEPA has resigned. So, I know them for answer to why they didn't prosecute the Barnetts them instead of this one man here, I take the fall, fifth, the bigger heads them blunder. Right? This reminds me of the case of the whole Corporal Rowan James. When you speak up, this is the result of what happens. You bring them in a disrepute and you have misconduct. My. So in this segment, my people, Corporal Rowan James, who is the chairman of the Police Federation, has filed an application at the Supreme Court to have Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, Financial Secretary Darlene Morris, and Ambassador Alison Stoneroof, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, jailed for alleged contempt of court, due to the fact that members of the force continue to work overtime without compensation. The Federation is seeking orders from the court that includes a declaration that the defendants are in contempt of the court for aforementioned 3 to be sent to prison. The 4-page application was made pursuant to rules of the Civil Procedure Rules from 2002 that provides the court has the power to commit a person to prison failure for comply with an order requiring that person to do an act within or by a specific time or not to do an act. So now already know my people the whole toss up with the High Command and Corporal James over, unpaid overtime to the rank and file, and because he spoke out my people, they said that, he was insubordinate and they interdicted him since last July, and so there's been a toss up same way. The rank and files have still not gotten their overtime pay and all of that, and so, on June the 3rd, 2022, the court had ordered the heads of agreement between the Federation and the Ministry of National Security and Finance on September 11 were binding on the government. So the court basically ordered them to come up with a software system to calculate accurately the overtime for the rank and file, and they should pay them before March 31st, 2023. Same was not done. The Federation had sent them 2 letters dated August 25th, 2023 and September 1st, 2023, urging them to comply with the order of the court, and that if they don't do it, they intend to pursue enforcement proceedings, including contempt of court, if they fail to comply with the orders of the full court. And up until now, my people, the rank and file still cannot get their overtime pay. And Mr. Rowan James says that it's a deliberate act to obstruct the just disposal of the proceedings. And as I always say, like everybody else, the rank and files need them pay. If you're working at an institution and it's X amount per hour, and if you work overtime, you're supposed to get another Y, so to speak, for example. And so if they're working their 40-hour work week and doing overtime, the court has ordered that they be paid, that the High Command, along with the Ministry of Finance, sort out this software to calculate accurately their overtime. And because this man was speaking up for the overtime, he was interdicted. They said that he threatened the High Command. He was insubordinate. And he gave them a mandate to sort it out. July, the court ordered this from March, my people, and up until even July when he was interdicted. That software is still not up and running. And we're in 2024 right now. And so, we could see what the court are going to do based on them not following the court orders. He was even granted stay for the whole interdiction, and them go back, the High Command go back a court pan Corporal James and have that stay reversed. So right now, Rowan James is still not back at work yet and still not getting his full pay. Chat up my people in the comment section. Tell me what you think about everything that was said in this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Go over to my other platform, Instagram and Facebook, and follow me over there at Anisabel Rose. Check out the YouTube store, make a purchase, it goes in support of the channel. Check out the YouTube membership, you get a lot of benefits by becoming a member. We do notifications, shout out in each and every video to be a part of that. All you have to do is be the first to like, comment and subscribe, and you'll be featured in the following video to come. This notification shout out goes to Lorna Brooks. Big up yourself, Lorna. Big up to each and every subscriber. Thanks for the continued support. New viewers, come on board, journey with me, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, like up the videos, share out the videos. Support the ABR movement by playing your part. On the road to 20k, help me to get there. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for updates. Get this video to at least 500 likes. Big up on yourself.